Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is a standalone expansion to Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Players control Chloe Frazier, who seeks the Tusk of Ganesh in the western Ghats mountain ranges of India, with help of ex-mercenary Nadina Ross, and prevent a ruthless warlord and his army of mercenaries from igniting a civil war in the country. How's it going, everyone? This is my final Uncharted review, and I'm looking forward to it. I was having a blast with this series, and I can't wait to talk about this one, so let's get right to it. Starting with the positives, I do gotta say that despite this game being short, and we'll talk about that later, this one feels a bit more open, especially with one of the chapters, I believe it's chapter 4, where you get to explore the entire level, collecting these different coins, going up against different enemies, and solving different puzzles, and I really like that. And it took me quite a while to finish that section of the game, and I wish we got that in Uncharted 4, where we got to explore the entire place, just go from point A to point B in this big ass map and just start collecting treasure, and it was a lot of fun. Another positive I do have to say is that I'm really happy to see Chloe back. She wasn't in the fourth Uncharted game, which was kind of strange, but I'm glad that they gave her own expansion game and really close her chapter and close her side of the story, and I really appreciate that. Uncharted Lost Legacy plays exactly like how it was in Uncharted 4. You have your options to take out the enemies. You can go completely stealth, or you can go monkey brain and just shoot everybody to death. I prefer to stealth my way through the game, and there were some things in this game that I wish were in Uncharted 4, like the silencer pistol. Do you know how easy it was just getting headshots and getting unnoticed? Man, I wish that was in Uncharted 4, but it's in this one, and I really like that weapon. It was so cool. While I didn't necessarily hate Nadina in Uncharted 4, I did think she was kind of underwhelming. However, I didn't say that as a negative in Uncharted 4, and that's because I think she redeems herself in this game. And playing these games back to back really help out a lot. And giving Nadina her closure made me warm up to her, and I do like her a lot. The graphics and the sound are just as good as it ever was. The lush organic environments were so nice. The colors just pop out very nicely, and the character models look on point. I had no problem with this game visually, and again, there is a PS5 upgrade if you so desire, but I was playing this on the base PS4, and I think it looks pretty good. And sound-wise, it's awesome. They brought back Claudia Black to reprise her role as Chloe Frazier, and Laura Bailey, who played Nadina Ross in Uncharted 4, comes back in this one, and Laura Bailey is a phenomenal voice actress, and this one's no exception. They both did excellent jobs, and Troy Baker returns as Samuel Drake, who did a pretty good job as well. Now, I know this game has a short length. It's only 9 chapters long, and you could probably beat this game in about 7 or 8 hours if you know what you're doing. But in my opinion, length of the game does not equate to quality, and this game gives you enough things to do to have a better experience, a longer experience, especially in chapter 4 when you're looking for those medallions. That could take hours. I know it took me quite a while, and some of the puzzles in this game were hard to figure out. So again, length of the game does not equate to quality. It was paced very well, and overall, I had a great time. Do I wish it was longer? Yeah, but I wish every game was longer. So it's not a negative. It's definitely a positive. This game's paced very well. And for an expansion, it's really good. It feels really good. It plays really good, and it is a lot of fun. And that's my main positive with this game, is that it's just a lot of fun. My final positive has to be the final mission, the final chapter, whatever you want to call it, of this game. It is so epic. You are driving your way onto a train, dodging enemies, kicking ass, taking names, and just shooting down a bunch of people. And then you get to the final boss fight. Well, only boss fight in this game, I guess. And while he is pretty easy, in my opinion, it was satisfying to take him out and see the entire ending unfold. Unfortunately, I do have to segue into my negatives of this game, and it's only one, but I was okay with Nathan Drake not being in this game. I think that's fine. This is Chloe's story, and this is her closure. But I do think that this game could have had Sullivan, because he's not in this game, and I don't know, I think it would just fit very well, especially after the ending of Uncharted 4, where him and Samuel start to bond more closely, I think. And Samuel does show up in this game, so why not have Sully? I don't know, it's just, maybe it's a me thing, but I wish he was in the game. And that's all I gotta say about that. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know down below what you thought of Uncharted Lost Legacy, and if they do ever make an Uncharted game with other characters in this franchise, who would you like to see? Personally, I think seeing a game where you play only as Samuel Drake would be kind of interesting, just to see where his story goes on before you get to the epilogue of Uncharted 4. I think that would be pretty sweet. Big thanks to My Name is Doofy, Miasma Senpai, and Warpbait for supporting me on Patreon. You guys are awesome.